Yeah, starting off with that first game, Kaylee, y'all really kind of just needed the big hit and then you came through. Will you talk me through, I guess, what your approach was going into that at bat? And how'd you have the success to get that go ahead home run?
I think just going into the at bat, I was just trying to stay calm, stay slow. As a lefty, like I knew that she had a curve, and so I was just trying to stay through the ball, and she threw it relatively high, and so that's just how that worked out. And then my second at bat, I was honestly not sitting changeup, but I think I just saw it well, and yeah.
Yeah, obviously you're having, a kind of a heck of a start to your senior season, but you hadn't had the long ball yet, and then you get them in back-to-back at bats at home on a Saturday in front of all these fans. Just what's the adrenaline rush like, whenever you're doing that?
I, it feels awesome. You're never expecting to hit a home run, but when it happens, it's awesome.
Yeah. Pam, second game, you were just dialed in from the start. What was your mentality going into that one and what pitches were working for you?
Yeah, just going in there, just tell myself trust my stuff. My stuff is elite. Everyone's stuff here is elite. And just not expecting to be perfect and knowing that I have a strong D behind me. And if I leave a ball and they make a great play, awesome, great. My defense did their job. I'd say everything was pretty much working tonight, so that's good.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really confident, there's a confident version of you as a sophomore. How have you worked on that, to just kind of trust yourself more than maybe you did last year as a freshman?
Absolutely. It was definitely all mental game for me. I think coming in, it was like, okay, I'm playing with the big dogs now. I mean, I'm 18 playing against some 24-year-olds, some 25, you got to come in, you're like, oh gosh, you're playing grown women. And then I think this summer I just went to work and told myself, if you don't got to be perfect, this game is a game of failure and you just go in and do your best. And if you don't perform how you want, it's okay. You always get another day. So.
Yeah. And then in that game, how, fun is it to go and help yourself out on offense? You had the RBI out the middle.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always been fun for me to do, both on both sides. I've always been able to, if I don't do well on one side, I wash it with the other. But yeah, it's great that I was doing well on both sides of the ball today.
Kaylee, y'all have coasted through so many games this year. Do you think that a close game like that one earlier, where y'all had to just, find a way at the end to win, maybe is good for y'all going into SEC play?
Definitely. I think like having a challenge and like being down and then having to, find ways to come back and really see like, our team character and like, see who steps up in the moment is really big for us. I think we kind of needed that. It's obviously never our plan for that to happen, but it was good to kind of like show us who the real like us is, and I think we needed that.
Yeah, obviously, you're kind of the, jack of all trades this year. You can do whatever the team needs. And in that game with the two home runs, you were, coming in as the designated hitter. Just, is there like do you prefer that where you can just kind of focus on your hitting? And do you like being on the field, or is it just kind of whatever the team needs?
Yeah, I mean it's just really wherever the team needs me. I can, like you said, be all over the place, and so I don't really prefer one over the other. It's just kind of whatever is best for the team, in rotation.
Yeah. Cam, obviously you spend every day with Robin, and to see her come in there how she did and, really kind of a dicey situation there at the end, and she just finds a way out of it. From your perspective, I know some of y'all were warming up in the bullpen, but just to watch her go out there and finish that off, just what were your thoughts?
Absolutely. I mean, she's just been a true role model for me. Since last year, she's helped me through a lot. So like we're each other's biggest fan, and I knew even if the bases were loaded and she was down 3 balls, no strikes, I knew she'd get it done. But yeah, I'm just so proud of her always, and she's just so good. Like literally best pitcher in the world.
Yeah. And
True.
then last one, either one of you who want to answer, just y'all playing a lot of games this weekend, getting to do it at home. How have y'all, do you think, been able to kind of stay locked in and have these results?
Do you want to do it? Or me to do it?
I think just playing these games at home before we start SECs is just really good for us. Our fans have missed us, I'm sure, and we've missed, just the atmosphere that Bogle brings, and like it's good for us to be in this kind of atmosphere because it's just different. The fans are crazy and they support us like crazy, and so I think it's just really good to play, a lot of games and get a lot of reps in Bogle, especially for the new ones who maybe haven't been here. So